What is going on in the world? Interest rates are climbing, inflation is crazy. Is it time to buy? Is it time to sell? You have no idea what to do. Well, you need to chill. Let's talk about it. This is Curbside with Crystal. Maybe you're a seller who's been on the fence about selling, and now with all the buzz about a slowdown, you're like, honey, maybe we should wait. Maybe we should rent it out. I don't know what to do. Or maybe you're a buyer who's been swinging and missing offer after offer after offer. And now you're hearing about things slow down and you're thinking, wait a sec, maybe we should hold off and see what the market does. Well, listen, with all of this talk about a slowdown, here's another way to think about it. So let's say you're driving down the 401, you're doing like $1.35. We've all done it. I've done it. I do it all the time. And you see an OPP up ahead and you slow down to the more acceptable speed of 115 to 120. So all of a sudden though, it feels like you're crawling. How are you ever going to get to your destination doing only 115? Well, you're not crawling. You're still moving at what is an acceptable rate on the 401. Even though the speed limit's 100, you're still doing 115, 120, and everybody, including the OPP, is okay with that. So let's take this analogy to the real estate market. So appreciation is still happening. Even though interest rates are on the rise and prices are not breaking the records that we saw even back in January, it doesn't mean that the prices are crashing and the market is collapsing. Higher interest rates do mean that buyer power has diminished a little bit, causing them to slow down, but we're still seeing appreciation. And if you look at historical data to see what happened with interest rates and housing prices over time, you'll see that the market is still moving at an acceptable rate. Let's say that 115, 120 kilometers per hour that we talked about on the 401. And interest rates are still very low. It's a very good time to borrow money. And again, they are lower than the pre-pandemic rates. So what's interesting is that we have an entire generation of people who are in the home buying stage of their lives who are used to seeing unprecedented, explosive growth and seeing year over year record appreciation. So sure, if we all had a crystal ball, even though my name's Crystal, I don't have one, we would have all bought boatloads of real estate 10 years ago and we would be very wealthy. But in a typical market, it's normal to see slower and single-digit appreciation, and this is what we're seeing. But again, today's buyer generation, the first-time buyers, they're just not used to seeing that. So whether you're thinking about selling and you're sitting on the fence, it is still a good time to sell. What we know about the market is that supply and demand is what drives the market, and there will be buyers that are looking for your houses. They're out there and they're going to show up at your house. They're just not going to come by the busload these days. And if you're a buyer, and we've talked about this before, money is very, very cheap right now. You are going to kick yourself if you wait and you really can't afford to buy because interest rates have kept going up and up and up, and it's more expensive to borrow money. So to recap, the prices are not collapsing. They're going to adjust, but we're still going to be driving at 115 to 120 on the 401. This is not a crash and burn situation like it's like 430 and you're going up the DDP doing 50 kilometers an hour. This is not what we're seeing. This is normal real estate. Once again, it's Crystal Powell, real estate broker with RE/MAX Jazz, serving Durham region and the Quinte West. And if you have any questions about the market, are thinking about buying or selling, for all things, just call Crystal. Talk to you soon.